It is another episode of the States Up podcast. I'm your host, Brant Freeman. Last week, we spoke about soccer with head soccer coach Steve Holman. This week, we're talking Texas State volleyball, another fall sport, now swinging into full season here with the regular season starting very shortly. And our guest is the reigning Sunbelt Conference Defensive Player of the Year, preseason Defensive Player of the Year as well. Jade Defraeye from Dunkirk, France, is our guest in the podcast. Jade, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us as well, Jed. Really do appreciate it. And as I said before, you're coming off a really remarkable season. Middle blocker for you as a sophomore. You're now going into your junior campaign this year. You earn a very high honor in what is a very good conference, helping lead your team to its first ever at-large bid this past year. What did last season mean to you?
Last year's, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I think I was very surprised when I received this award because I know my freshman years, I didn't play a lot. And when I have my chance during my sophomore years, I did everything I can to just take my place and to show the coaches what can I do during the court. And so I just try to be better, every day in practice, to be successful. I want because I wanted just to be the number one. No matter what, I just wanted to be the first one. So I just work very hard every day to be successful and to just win this award, the Defensive Player of the Year, and to be also in the second team. So I was very proud of myself, and I think it's a big motivation for me for this season, actually, to be successful again and again and to be more better than the last years.
You know, for a long time, the identity of this team was Emily DeWalt, Janelle Fitzgerald. They had an incredible 5 seasons together. The page has turned, though, and it did last year. And there are a lot of you from last season that are back this year. Yourself, Bailey Hanner, Ryan Torres, Maggie Walsh, just to name a few. How much chemistry is there with this group of players?
This is true when we make a difference between all the old player and the new player. It's obviously a new team. It's more younger, but I think this is a new person, but this is why we can win some games between everyone. It's because I think we are very close. They have a good vibe in the team, and I think it's very helpful for the game. And we can just understand us when we played. So I think it's more easily to have a good communication, to be very nice between us and respectful also. And so, even if it's not the same team, I think it's different, but it's a positive difference.
I mentioned Ryan Torres, the setter. She was the one that was being asked to fill the shoes left behind by Emily DeWalt. And I thought she did a phenomenal job this past year in taking over such a difficult role. And a lot of the offense is set up at the middle. You know, yourself and Bailey Hanner, are asked to score quite a bit. I mentioned the word chemistry. You used the word vibe. I'll throw out another word, relationship. What is your relationship like with your setter, Ryan Torres?
Like I say, personally, I really like Ryan. So I can say it's a good relationship. But during the court, I know we had some trouble to find each other when we played. But I think from the preseason this year, it's so much better. So I'm very happy we can fix the program to just like to be successful during the real season. So I think the relationship is very good between me and her, and we need to keep going to improve this relationship to be like more positive and to be like more stronger after.
Jed, I'm very curious about your recruitment here because you haven't been in the States very long. In fact, I think the reason why you came to the States was to play volleyball at Texas State. I think you said you've only been here in the U.S. for about 3 years now. So how was it that Texas State was on your radar and you wound up here?
So how did you find Texas State, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
When I was in France, I have actually today an agent. So she had me to find a team. And actually, she knew my coaches, Sean, and because she played also in United States, she was a student athlete like me. And after she creates her own firms, so she's a CEO, and she just tried to help like a person like me as like a student athlete who want to go in USA and to play volleyball. So this is why I'm here today, because I have an agent who knew my coaches before, and she makes a process between France and United States.
How much have you enjoyed, or what has the change been like for you? I guess I should say, going from France, where you grew up in Dunkirk, to here to Texas, the state of Texas, in America. What has the difference in culture been like for you?
Yeah, the culture is very big. But when before to move here, I'm from France, but my city is Dunkirk. But I was not in Dunkirk before. It's a city. It's called Toulouse. It was like this city. It's where I was for the French national team. Mm-hmm. It was a formation center for the people who played in French national team. And I think the big difference between about volleyball now, it's very the culture. I mean, like here, I really like, because like we know it's hard, but it's like the coaches try to push myself very hard to be very successful and better day by day. And I think honestly, I prefer the American culture because this is very different. And like I'd say, the USA, it's a big country in volleyball. And when you make a difference between USA and France, USA is very better. So I think the formation for the kids or for the teenager in USA, like it's very good, because I don't know, just the way the practice it's, and I mean, it just everything, it's on the head. It just mentally, the mindset is very different. Like here, it's very, very hard. So I don't say it's not hard in France, but I mean, the process is very different. Like the exercise is very different. Like here, it's a lot of repetition on the same like on the same print. Like for the middle, we work really hard about the arms. And I know in France we work, but not a lot of. So I think, yeah, the big difference is very the mindset and the way we worked.
A lot of Americans desire, dream, some actually are able to do it. That is go to Paris. Paris is always a destination city for anybody who is a world traveler. And for anybody coming to the States, we're proud Texans, sure, but there's places in the U.S. that people outside of America would like to visit. And one of those cities is New York City. I had the pleasure of getting to honeymoon there when I got married. So I've had a chance to enjoy Manhattan and Grand Central Station and all that stuff. I understand that you yourself had the chance to finally go to New York back in the spring. What was that experience like for you?
It was very good. Very, very, very good. First of all, it felt great also to find your parents after a long time, the separation. So mentally it was very good. This is exactly the same than we can see between the picture, between Instagram, like the social media. Um, the vibe also is very different. Like everything is open, even if it's late. Everyone, it's nice. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just really like when it's like they have a lot of movement. Like we say, New York, it's a city, or it's like they never sleep. I mean, it's every time life, enjoy, a party. Like I don't know. It's just a good vibe. Like it's never boring.
So you got a huge taste of American culture, in a short amount of time, 3 years. Again, living, here in Central Texas and getting a chance to go to New York. And you traveled elsewhere as well during your road trips with Texas State volleyball. So you've seen a lot of the country by now. But I understand that when you first came here to the U.S., your English wasn't very good. I will say, in 3 years' time, you've come along a long way so far. I think your English is great. And one of the great ways that other people try to learn new languages right now is Duolingo. Do I understand that was kind of how you were self-taught?
I used Duolingo before to improve my English, but today not anymore. And I know I should be like use again. But I think the only thing also who makes me better today in my English, and like I say, the communication with the people. Just speak every day. Don't be alone. Don't be on your side. And I can say don't be shy, because if you're shy, you can speak, and if you cannot speak, you can improve your English. So I know it's hard for the beginning, because like you're just alone on the country, you never went and you don't know anybody. But if you want to be great, you need to just try and don't be scared to do the thing, and just try your best, and after the progression will be on you.
So looking ahead to this coming year, what are the goals for this team? You obviously, there's a really high bar here at Texas State. It's a program accustomed to winning championships. Again, you made the NCAA tournament this past year. What are the goals for the team this year?
First, of course, to win the Sun Belt Conference, and to be for the team, or just to me, or both.
Why not both? Let's go with both.
Both. Okay. So for the team, of course, I would like to win the Sun Belt Conference, because last year it was very frustrating, and I just want my revenge. Of course, I really want to win, and of course, go to the NCAA tournament, and yeah, like try to win a lot of games as we can. For my personal, I would really like to try again to be a defensive player of the year. I know it's hard, but it's not impossible. So I need to work very hard in the practice. I would like to be also in the first team on the conference, and also on the first team during the tournament, Sun Belt. I don't know what is his name, but they have two different first teams. So I don't know, but I know I just want to be on the first team everywhere as I can, and just win like a lot of awards as I can. So.
Yeah, don't worry about, which one is which necessarily here, Jade, right? Your first team all conference, you're thinking the all tournament team is what you're thinking of. Shoot for that, shoot for all region, shoot for all NCAA regional. Just keep going for first team everything. And you're gonna do just fine. I'm curious, competition here in the States compared to competition for you back home in France. How do the two differ?
The championship?
Just the level of play and the style of play. How different is it in the U.S. compared to back home in France and playing internationally?
It's another question. I mean, yeah, it's different because the championship is very different. Like we have in France, we have something that we don't have in USA, because the first thing in USA was the first time last year, so this is very new. So I cannot very say which one it's more stronger than the other, because like I say, it was the first time the PVF was in United States, so I can make a big difference, but I don't know. Like I know, see the formation for the kids, like it's very different. Like I said, like they have a lot of university in USA, a lot of college, so many people, and in France we have some center information in France, but maybe like 10 or 12, and in United States we have like so many university, so many conference, because I think also it's because American is very big. So this is why also they have a different level between Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, the Sunbelt Conference, the Big Ten, this new league, volleyball professional. So I think it's too early for me to say which one, like what is the big difference between United States and France.
I see. Well, let me ask you this. Yeah. So the Olympics were back in Paris, you know, this past summer. As somebody who is French, from France, how special was it for the Olympic Games to be back in your home country?
Say again your question, please.
Yeah, how special was it as somebody who's from France for the Olympic Games to have been held in Paris? How special was that for you, just as a fan?
To become back here in United States?
So since you were from France and yes, you had the chance to watch the Olympics being played in your home country, just how cool was that experience for you?
For the women or men or both?
For both, yeah.
I mean, for the men, I was very excited because I know during Tokyo we won, so I was very excited to see the men if they can. Possible to have a second first play in Olympic Games, and we did, so it's just amazing. And for the girl, like I said, I was very proud and happy to my team to be the first time we played in Olympic Games against a big country like Italy, Turkey, Brazil. So I was very proud to see all the work we did to be here today where we are.
Yeah.
Well, again, really special Olympic Games. I thought, you know, a lot of the French national teams, sports all across, did so well. And to include the French men's basketball team making it all the way to the gold medal game. You know, I'm somebody who grew up a huge San Antonio Spurs basketball fan. Victor Wembanyama is a tremendous person that's representing the country right now. So I thought that was a really cool moment as a basketball guy. But hey, Jade, it has been a pleasure getting to talk with you a little bit more. I've had the chance to follow your career from the TV side, but never had the chance to get to know you personally. It's been tremendous. It's been great. So thank you so much for taking some time out of your day, and best of luck to you this coming season in achieving all the goals you've laid out.
Thank you so much to inviting me also.
Yes, you got it. All right, that again is Jade Defraeye joining us on the States Up podcast, the reigning Sunbelt Conference Defensive Player of the Year, picked to win the award again this season, and again she has a goal to make that happen by the end of the 2024 year. Well, for Jade Defraeye, that's going to wrap up, and I'm Brant Freeman. That is going to wrap up the States Up podcast. We're reminding you to, as always, keep your states up, and we'll see you next time.